see how well you take care of something and they want to take that from you or take you from that in hopes of having the same exact thing. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Samantha and I am the Luxe wife, and welcome back to another episode of Wife Talk Wednesdays. As you guys see by the title today, we are getting a little bit juicy today. We are getting juicy, so come on in, get your drink, sit down, whatever you got to do, and let's get to talking. If you're new here, I introduced Wife Talk Wednesdays to my video in the past month or so, and it's just a good little conversation to have around the talk of marriage, and most importantly, healthy marriage. So if you're new here, you definitely want to go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way you can be notified every single time I upload a new Wife Talk Wednesdays. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. So guys, marriage and the opposite sex best friends. Yeah. It's crazy that we even have to talk about it, but we are talking about it, okay? We are 100% talking about it, all right? So first off, I think the first things first is we need to come to the stance that having an opposite sex best friend is unhealthy on so many levels when it comes to your marriage, okay? I don't care what your defense is. I don't care what you gotta say. I don't care what your stance is. It is unhealthy to your spouse, and it's unhealthy for your relationship. Most of us want to feel secure in our marriage, okay? And I refuse to hear about my husband and his best friend, which is a female, that they've done this together, they did XYZ together, and they've experienced this, and just so much on top of opening up a can of worms of things that you don't even know about, okay? Now, everybody always talk about how someone is jealous when it comes to their partner having opposite sex best friends, but I think the most important thing to understand in that is that in jealousy is rooted form of protection, okay? And you want to protect your spouse from anything that does not go with your marriage, okay? It's just as simple as that, okay? And if we're being honest, no, everything is not always about, you know, the nitty-gritty when it comes down to opposite sex friends, opposite sex best friends, but at the end of the day, it is. Because we're not going to sit up here and act like it's not. We're not going to sit up here and act as if when you run into a man on the street, he looks at you and say, I think we could be the best of friends that we could possibly be in life. Okay? When you meet a man that says, I just think we should just be, I want nothing from you but from us to be best friends, you find him, because I don't know not one man, and I'm not trying to gas myself up. I'm not trying to gas you up, but what I am saying is there is no man on this earth that looks at a woman and says, I want to be best friends. When my husband met me, he didn't look at me and say to himself, I just want to be her best friend. He looked at me and wanted to be with me, okay? And so I think women get into a place where they're like, oh, he's never done anything, so, you know, he don't see me like that. A lot of guys, a lot of men do have respect, so they're not going to do anything for you to see them like that, okay? But please know and please understand that if a man had an opportunity, if he had a chance to be in the place, in your space, the way he desired, baby, he would be. And I can promise you right now, my husband's probably punching air, because I know he 100% would love to be sitting in and having this conversation to say some things and get some things off of his chest, because I think women have to come to the realization that, baby, men don't want to be your friend, okay? They don't see friend in you, okay? And I'm going to harp on men who also say, oh, I get along better with women. Of course you do. Why would you not get along better with women? It only makes sense, right? It only makes sense. And the fact that this is a topic of conversation is kind of crazy to me. I remember in the recent month or so watching Love is Blind, and one of the contestants who made it past the proposal phase, he mentioned that he had female best friends, two female best friends at that, and his counterpart was not 100% happy with that. And the defense mechanism that he put up in saying that, you know, oh, well, they're just my friends and you're just gonna have to live with it, they've always been in my life. Like, why would I compete with another woman? Okay. And long story short, it came out that he did have relations with one of the friends in the past. Okay. So I'm not going to tell you cannot have friends. I want you to wholeheartedly have friends. But having friends of the opposite sex just does not make sense as a whole. It does not make sense as a family, okay? I'm just being honest with you. If my husband has a best friend, which he has multiple friends, but if my husband has a friend, a male friend, and he comes over to the house, the first person he better be greeting and talking to is my husband, not me. Okay, he didn't come there for me, he came there for my husband. But because over the years we've developed a family-like bond, that's one thing. But to say that another man is coming into our home and he's coming to have a sit down and talk with me and kiki and haha, absolutely not. To say that we have another female or another woman coming into my home and she's not coming for me, she's coming to haha and kiki with my husband, if she ain't the boss or if he ain't the boss, first of all, I'm not even worried about that, because there's a time and place for that, okay? There's time and place to have a relationship with the opposite sex when it comes to working and those type of building relationships. Now, you still got to be careful with them too. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm sorry. You just gotta be honest, okay? But at the end of the day, no one should feel like they can have a presence, a say on your marriage other than you. Okay, I don't want nobody to get upset, talk about the devil in their house, and we trying to work through some things when y'all let them play in y'all backyard. You let them play in your backyard. We just friends, we just hang out, and one thing led to another. I think people need to understand, and people do understand. Most people just want to be naive when it comes to the conversation that the flesh is weak. And if you get put in situations and circumstances that you have not been put in before, a lot of people don't have the mindset, don't have the control to either A, say no, or either B, walk away. Okay? Okay? Let's just be honest. Okay? So, with that being said, don't put yourself in a position that's going to allow you to ask yourself, is this right? Is something wrong? Does this feel right? Okay? Again, nobody should have say. Nobody should have the conversation. Nobody should even be in the place or the vicinity to say, me and your spouse was XYZ. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm sorry, okay? I'm gonna let y'all in on a little bit of tea. I remember when I met my husband, and our relationship initially in the beginning, it was a long distance relationship. So you have to put the work in long distance relationships. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to put the work in order for the relationship to work. And I commend my husband. He made sure every single day, every single morning, he was checking in as if we were in the same place, okay? So I commend him. But I remember him one time saying, oh, I'm going here, and I was just talking to my sis, and I'm like, your sister who lives in Maryland? Because that's the only sister I know about. If it's someone else differently that your father has fathered, let me know, because I want to know who they are. Let me in, because if this is what we're doing, let me know that it's okay for me to have someone that I call that's like a brother. Let me know. That's all I had to say. And guess what? I never heard about it ever again. I never heard about it again. Because if it's something that you value, something that you love, baby, you're going to make sure you take care of it. You're going to make sure that you take care of it and you're going to stand on it. Okay? You're going to stand on it. I do believe that you can have friends. I do believe that you can have a healthy set of friends. I do get in the military culture, sometimes you intermingle and you have female friends and you have male friends, but you're going to have them at work and not at home. It's just as simple as that, okay? I don't care. Again, I'm not the person to control who you can hang. Nah, that's not what this is. We know what this is. We know what this is. I stand firm on my marriage. I stand firm in my husband. Now, if y'all got some type of thing going on, y'all worked out between one another, then by all means, that's what you worked out. But I never want my husband to feel any type of way around any man that I'm around. I don't want him to feel or even have a thought of insecurity in his head as if my wife, he don't ever have to worry about that. I don't even want him to I want him to know when he sees me out that he don't have to worry about me. He got to worry about them. And it's the same thing. I don't have to worry about my husband. I have to worry about them, because most of the time when people see you, when people see a person of value, whether it's a woman or whether it's a man, most people want a piece of that. And I'm not saying, people just flaunting of you. Y'all get what I'm saying? People want something solidified. People see how well you take care of something and they want to take that from you or take you from that in hopes of having the same exact thing. And that's not the case. I want all of my men to have incredible women, incredible wives, and I want all of my wives to have incredible men, incredible husband, okay? But I want them to have them the correct way. I want them to have long-term healthy marriages. It's okay to go through problems in your marriage, but it's not okay to go through infidelity in your marriage, okay? If you work through it, you overcome it. You work through it and you overcome it, and that's it. Don't make it a habit. Don't make it something that is just, we was just hanging out. I was drunk. I promise you, it's drunk and it's over, okay? Don't put yourself in a position to play with people, to play with people's hearts, to play with people's lives, because everybody is not cut out like you. Everyone is not built like you. You know what you can take. I know what I can take. I know what my husband can take. And I would be, to see him in a position that is unhealthy. He is already doing enough for our family, for me, for himself. So why would I put him in a position that questions the position that he's already in? I'm not doing that, okay? I'm not doing that. So if you're getting married and you have an opposite sex best friend, let them know, let them know the boundaries. This is what you can't not do. This is what we won't do. This is not what's going on. It's just, again, levels to everything. And a person of value, a person of substance also know. If I got a male best friend, I can't be calling him at 10, 11 o'clock at night. Besides, I know I have to step away from that because his wife is worthy of everything that he is. I will never be able to be in that place. And the only person that is opposing that is someone that wants to be there. Okay? The only person that's fighting that position is someone that wants to be in that position. Okay? Listen, I done been around a few blocks, okay? I know 15 years is a long time married. To some, is not a lot of time married. To somebody who's been together 50 plus years, okay? It's just minuscule to get to that 50, okay? But I do know some rights and some wrongs, and that's a wrong. That's a wrong. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Have your friends. Spouses, have your friends. Men, have your friends. Have friends that you value. Have friends that you look up to. I prefer men having other husband friends, and I prefer women having other wife friends. It's just as simple as that. And you know what? I'm gonna make a video on wife friends versus single friends. Like, I think we should talk about that and have an open dialogue on, especially a healthy dialogue on wife friends and single friends. But yes, just hold on. I'm coming. It's important to know that men value their position. Men want to be the person in control at all times. They want to feel like they have control of their situation. We can go back to ancient days in time. We can go back, and men always fought over what? Things that they possess, and that was money and land and women. Okay? The blueprint has not changed. Okay? It has not changed. It is the same thing. Okay? What they possess. And to share my husband, yeah, just go ahead and hang it up. And I know my husband is saying the same thing. To share my wife, go ahead and hang it up. Just hang it up. You can look all you want, but you cannot touch. Okay? You just cannot touch. I know, you know, like I say, that in today's time, it's like, oh, I like being able to have another male friend to bounce ideas off of when I want to, you know, discuss some things for my relationship, and then vice versa. Oh, I like having a female friend because if I'm going through something in my relationship, I can talk to my female friend and she could tell me what a woman is thinking. The only person that you need to be talking to about your relationship is the person you in a relationship with. That's it. Okay? That's it. Don't get into the habit of sharing things about your relationship, sharing things about your marriage with someone who would love to be in your shoes. Okay? Okay? Y'all know I love y'all because I love having these little talks with y'all, and it's just like, so like, you know, it's just so, it's so good. I just love it. I just really love being able to have a healthy conversation and no one feels a certain type of way, okay? When it comes to my marriage, God needs to know who he needs to bless, and that's my husband, not my husband or my friend. When it comes to your marriage, your relationship, God needs to know who to bless. He can't bless the woman in your life when you got multiple of them lined up. He can't do that, okay? If you're into polygamy, that's a whole nother conversation in itself, and that's a road that I'm not going down, okay? It's just I'm not going down. But you know what I'm saying. I want my husband to be blessed tremendously. I want him to continue to carry on a legacy in so many ways. And the divine relationship that we have between him and I, that bond cannot be shared between any other party, okay? And we can talk about how social media view relationships, how other people view relationships. I don't care. None of that is solidified to what him and I have together. And that is just that. I value everything that he does and that he brings to our family and that he continues to do for our family. And he does not have to worry about me putting him in a situation or a circumstance where he has to question his wife or question his value as a man or question who he is. He is a stand-up guy, and I will always, till I'm blue in the face, cherish him for that. But guys, that's it. We done made it to the end. If you have not learned anything, please take away that what? Value who you are. Do not put yourself in places or circumstances that you have to explain your way out of that is going to be viewed negatively, okay? Love your spouse, your spouse only. Have your friends. I'm okay with that, but be mindful when you're having friends. If there's a little bit of spirit of discernment, baby, by all means, trust it and let it go. Let it go. That's it. Until next time, let's talk in the comments. Go on, scurry on down there. And until the next Why Talk Wednesdays, I will see you guys later. Bye.